10 interesting facts about Jupiter's moon, Europa. Jupiter is orbited by one of the Solar System's most extensive systems of moons. Jupiter is surrounded by a total of 80 moons. Many of these moons are most likely captured asteroids, and they are fairly uninteresting in comparison to Jupiter's 4 primary moons, the Galilean moons. Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto are their names. Europa is one of our Solar System's most famous moons because many scientists believe it is the most likely location to find extraterrestrial life. Here are 10 interesting facts about Europa that you may not be aware of. Number 1. Galileo discovered Europa. On January 8, 1610, astronomer Galileo Galilei glimpsed at Europa for the first time. Galileo focused his telescope towards Jupiter for the first time, and he instantly discovered 4 little points of light surrounding the big planet. He initially assumed they were just stars in the backdrop, but closer inspection revealed that their locations changed quite quickly. Galileo deduced that these spots of light were moons orbiting Jupiter. This discovery provided some of the earliest observational evidence that not everything orbited the Earth as previously assumed. Number 2. The Moon and Europa are about the same size. Europa is Jupiter's smallest of the 4 Galilean moons, yet it is still almost 90% the size of Earth's moon. Europa is 1,939 miles in diameter, while Earth's moon is 2,159 miles in diameter. Europa is only 220 miles larger than Earth's moon. Number 3. Europa hardly has any large craters. The majority of the moons in our Solar System are riddled with impact craters. They've even coated the Moon. This is due to the fact that moons have remained constant for billions of years due to a lack of geologic activity that would otherwise transform the surface. Europa, on the other hand, has a very modest number of craters. In reality, Europa has just 3 documented craters larger than 3 miles in diameter. Number 4. One of the most reflective objects is Europa. Europa is a moon covered in a thick ice shell. Europa's ice makes it incredibly reflective, and the small moon actually reflects the majority of the sunlight that strikes it. Europa, in fact, is 5.5 times more reflective than Earth's moon. The term albedo refers to the quantity of light that an item reflects and is measured on a scale of 0 to 1. An object with an albedo of 0 absorbs all light that strikes it, whereas an object with an albedo of 1 reflects all light that strikes it. Europa has one of the highest albedos in the Solar System, at 0.64. Number 5. Jupiter supplies some energy to Europa. Jupiter and its moons are so far from the Sun that solar heating is unable to provide enough energy to these moons. However, because Europa is geologically active, it must be absorbing a lot of energy from somewhere. As it turns out, Jupiter's gravitational pull provides a significant quantity of energy to Europa. Europa's distance from Jupiter fluctuates over the course of its orbit. It's sometimes closer, sometimes farther away. This also changes the amount of gravity pulling on Europa. These fluctuations in gravity stretch and compress Europa, causing friction within the core and the emission of heat. Number 6. Europa is geologically active. Europa has a scarcity of craters as a result of its geological activity. This suggests that Europa's interior is heated enough to provide energy to the small Moon, causing geologic activity that reshapes the surface, explaining the lack of craters. Because most moons are not geologically active, Europa is a pretty peculiar place. Number 7. There are water volcanoes on Europa. Geologic activity on Europa not only creates a large ocean, but it also triggers volcanic eruptions in the form of cryovolcanoes. Cryovolcanoes emit water vapor rather than magma. Furthermore, volcanoes may exist on the seafloor. Number 8. Europa has an ocean of liquid water. Europa's internal heat is adequate to melt subsurface ice, resulting in the development of a large subterranean ocean of liquid water. This ocean can be observed on Europa's surface, which is riddled with cracks and fissures. Heat moves outwards and cracks surface ice while ice melts beneath the crust, a process identical to what happens at Earth's north and south poles. Number 9. There is more water on Europa than on Earth. Although Europa is small in comparison to Earth, scientists believe that its underground ocean is not only greater than any ocean on Earth, but also holds more water. Europa is only 1/4 the size of Earth, yet it has twice the amount of water. We frequently consider Earth as our solar system's water world, but Europa may have to take that honor. Number 10. There are all the necessary ingredients for life on Europa. Europa is a fascinating world since it contains all of the known required criteria for the existence of biological life. In general, liquid water, an energy source, and organics are required for life to exist. Because Europa has all three of these criteria, many scientists believe it is the greatest spot to look for life beyond Earth. Thanks for watching and be sure to check out these related videos you may enjoy.